This could not have come at a better time, as the New York Knicks just got a huge jolt to their team when the vibes have been a little sort of immaculate, given OG Anunoby spoke on that, while the Pistons head coach is out there telling lies about the New York Knicks, and we are going to break all of it down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as always. And if you guys, look, if you're part of that 62% and you're not subscribed to Knicks Digest yet, what are you doing, man? This is the best place for New York Knicks content on the internet. And at the end of the day, we are only getting started. We have a bunch of good stuff coming your way. We're about to start doing YouTube shorts every single day. You guys do not want to miss out on them. You guys have been killing it on those and on the subs recently. Let's keep it up. But let's jump into the video. We have a lot to discuss. The New York Knicks just got a huge boost to this team when they desperately needed it. The Knicks, obviously, in the last game, losing to the Detroit Pistons was not the greatest thing in the world, and their three best players right here have not been the happiest bunch recently. I mean, Jalen Brunson's doing whatever he can. Meanwhile, Karl-Anthony Towns can't seem to find his spots, and OG Anunoby has shined defensively, but found a bit of offensive inconsistencies to these first two games. And where things stand right now, this Knicks big three really has to get going, along with Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges. However, right now, New York Knicks fans can smile at some good news, as this man right here never fails to let us down. Jaylen Brunson has never once let Knicks fans down, literally ever in his Knicks tenure, and that just took another day, as Jaylen Brunson officially has been named the NBA's Clutch Player of the Year in an excellent turn. And I am so thrilled for JB. The man deserves it. It's very clear he deserves it. He worked super hard to be one of the best, really the best clutch player in basketball this season. It's why he got the award. As StatMuse mentions, he was first in clutch points per game, first in field goals, second in points, second in clutch free throws, and third in assists. Now, clutch time is reviewed as the final 5 minutes, and if the game is within 5 points or less. So Jaylen Brunson led in all these stats in those situations. Now, it was also mentioned by the New York Post that Brunson scored 156 points in the clutch, which the league defines as the last 5 minutes of the game when the score differential is 5 points or less, as we know, in the regular season, per NBA's tracking stats, which was the second most in the league behind Anthony Edwards. But Brunson shot a stellar 51.5% from the field in the clutch compared to Edwards shooting 42.6%. Brunson also recorded 28 assists in the clutch, which is third most, as we know. So great numbers from Jalen Brunson. And Brunson said, whatever it takes to win. I don't really think about it that way, playing in the fourth quarter and in the clutch. I just know it's time where truly everything counts, truly everything matters. But Jalen Brunson played like it always mattered. The man averaged 26 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists per game, shooting 38% from 3 and 49% from the field. Jalen Brunson, once again, was everything a Knicks fan could have asked out of their superstar, and he truly embodied why he is not only the most clutch player in the NBA, but also one of the best players in the NBA. Jalen Brunson deserves all the credit in the world for this. I'm super excited for him. The man showed time and time again why he's just one of the best players in these crunch time situations. He's not afraid of the big moment. In fact, he clearly relishes the big moment. He loves to go out there. He loves to compete. He loves to show that he is truly one of the best players in basketball, and that if you give him any room to score whatsoever, he's going to find a way to beat you. He might be a bit undersized. He might not be the fastest guy in the world, but when it comes to skill, he is one of the pound-for-pound most skilled players in the NBA. And when it comes to crunch time, you want the ball in Jalen Brunson's hands at all times. If you're the opposing team, you do everything to get the ball out of Brunson's hands. Something the Pistons have tried to work for, yet Brunson has still performed when it matters most. Unfortunately, the rest of the New York Knicks have struggled to do so, but Jalen Brunson has not missed a step in the clutch. He just does everything right. He uses similar moves, and it doesn't matter. Teams can't stop him. He gets into that middle area, controls it super well, and he deserves all the credit in the world. So shout out to Jalen Brunson. You deserve it, my guy. Thank you for everything you've done for the New York Knicks. It is greatly appreciated, more than I would say than you think you can ever understand, but I think Jalen Brunson does understand the obscene appreciation. I mean, he literally fractures his hand, and despite that, the man still goes out there after the Knicks get eliminated in 7 games by the Detroit Pistons, and he hangs out with the fans. Who does that? The captain does that. Jalen Brunson deserves so much credit from Knicks fans, and he gets it. He gets all the flowers that the Knicks fans throw his way. However, someone who's not giving the Knicks their flowers, mainly because he's coaching against them in the playoffs right now, is JB Bickerstaff. Bickerstaff's last time as a head coach in the NBA playoffs, he got eliminated by Jalen Brunson, Tom Thibodeau, and the rest of the New York Knicks, given most of those guys there are not there anymore. I mean, Mitchell Robinson's still there and Deuce McBride is there, but really no one else is. So that's pretty interesting to think about. But at the end of the day, JB Bickerstaff is coaching against the Knicks in the first round once again. And, well, he was asked about the New York Knicks and decided it was time to just lie completely. Not only trash the Knicks, but completely just lie and start just making stuff up as he went along. Because, frankly, JB Bickerstaff is just an interesting character. Now, Bickerstaff was asked about the Pistons and how they'll play against the physicality with the Knicks going into the rest of the series, and he said, we can survive physicality, so we've got no issue with it. When you look at the comparison, their guy is leading the league right now in playoff free throw attempts. Cade is 9th at this point. So, that was a lie. None of that's true. It's just a false statement. I mean, JB Bickerstaff just went out there and just told a story. That's not true. It's complete and utter fiction. I mean, first of all, you just look at who has the most free throw attempts. It's Giannis. Yes, Brunson's second. He's not first. Cade is 4th, not 9th. Brunson and Cade have shot 4 different free throws, and the Pistons took way more free throws last game than the New York Knicks did. I don't know what JB Bickerstaff is absolutely yapping about, but the man has clearly lost his mind if he ever had one, and that's debatable. But at the same time, Jaylen Brunson, when you want to talk about what he leads in, it's points. He has the most points of any player. Doesn't have the most free throws. And his points per game, or his points in this playoff so far, is higher than his free throw attempts when it comes to the listing. Meanwhile, Cade's below that, meaning Cade is clearly getting more impacted or more helpful impacted by the fact that he's shooting free throws compared to Jalen Brunson, who's still making ethical baskets, though people love to claim he's not because he draws fouls like every other player in the NBA. But Brunson's smaller, so when he gets knocked around, he moves more. Does he sell them well? Absolutely. Does everyone else in the NBA sell fouls? Yeah. Brunson just does it better. It's the same thing as James Harden. When someone does it well, people take a problem with it. When someone tries to do it and fails, people just make a quick comment and move on because then they don't have to watch him take the 2 free throws. But people are very recency biased of everything, so there is that at the end of the day. Now, Bickerstaff, he wants to talk about foul trouble. He can. His center, Jalen Brunson, is the center who spent the most quarters in foul trouble this season. He led in that stat, which, so, just clearly known right now. Clearly, we know the problem with fouls. It's that his center cannot stop fouling. He can't stop fouling at all. On the bottom, what you see there is total quarters spent in foul trouble. Jalen Brunson is at 76. Second on this list, funny enough, Karl-Anthony Towns at 65. Jalen Brunson spent a whole 10 more quarters in foul trouble this season than the second place Karl-Anthony Towns, who's literally 1 quarter ahead of Jaren Jackson, who's a few ahead of Dillon Brooks. Now, these 3 guys in Durant, Towns, and Jackson did lead the NBA in foul trouble. It is important to note that. Jackson leading with Durant second and Towns third, Dillon Brooks fourth, as he is on this list. So all these guys did absolutely have issues with fouling too much, but Jalen Brunson has far and away had the most foul issues, more than Karl-Anthony Towns, more than anyone on the Knicks. So I don't know what JB Bickerstaff's yapping about with fouls, but that man is officially lost his mind. So there's that as well. And look, you can complain about Jalen Brunson all you want. You want to talk about what he leads in? He leads in votes for Clutch Player of the Year by a staggering amount. He also leads in points. Doesn't lead in free throws, though. And Cade's, the difference is Luka. 1 player in between them. So stop lying, JB Bickerstaff. We get it. You're upset the Knicks eliminated you once, and they're going to do it again. It is what it is. Jalen Brunson's coming for you. Now I hope Brunson can draw a ton of fouls the next game, just so JB can be right and he could continue complaining, despite the fact the Pistons had way more free throws and the refs missed a key foul on Jalen Brunson. No surprise there. For Josh Hart dunking the ball, which should have been an end one, and if Josh hit the free throw, the Knicks would have been up 1. Would have been a completely different game. Wouldn't have had to take a 3 at the end if they didn't want to. But it is what it is. Game's over. You can't change the past. You can only change the future. And well, the future is looking bright for the New York Knicks. Shout out to the Clutch Player of the Year, Jalen Brunson. No shout out for JB Bickerstaff for lying about the New York Knicks. That's an interesting tactic. I don't think the Knicks will really care. I just think it's kind of stupid to do so because why? Guys, like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Knicks.